Hello, my name is Stephen Brown, and with me is one of our senior H-1B attorneys, Justin Rivera. We're both attorneys with Reddy & Newman PC here in Houston, Texas. Today we're going to talk about one of the more common changes of status during this H-1B cap season, going from F1 to H-1B. And a lot of times people have STEM OPT or OPT cards in general that expire while the case is pending, sometime during the summer or after the filing of the petition, or after filing the petition but before October 1st. So during this period they can apply for what's called cap gap. So Justin, what is cap gap?
So cap gap is essentially an automatic extension of work authorization for someone who, say, is on F1 and has OPT, STEM OPT, or whatever form of work authorization, and that work authorization is going to expire on or after the first week of April. What it essentially does is it allows that individual to continue working while their case is being adjudicated by USCIS. Now, because processing times have slowed, a lot of times they're going to be pushing right up against that October 1st deadline.
Right.
So when does cap gap end? It ends on September 30th. So what that means is during that gap from the first week of April till September 30th, the individual is allowed to continue working. However, once September 30th ends, that individual must stop working. They can remain in the U.S. legally while their case is being adjudicated, but they will no longer have work authorization.
Okay, so they can stay here but not work at all after September 30th.
Exactly. And so, Stephen, tailing on that comment, how does a student apply for cap gap?
Yeah, so Justin, like you said, it's pretty automatic, but it is best to get kind of some of the documentation done. And what you do is, as the employee, as the student, you're going to take your H-1B receipt showing that the case was selected to your DSO, and you'll get an I-20 endorsed for cap gap.
Okay.
And then from an employer compliance perspective, the employer is going to do I-9 re-verification by taking the expired EAD card and the I-20 that's endorsed for cap gap, and that's how they're going to do I-9 re-verification to allow for I-9 complied work through September 30th.
Okay.
So, we see a lot of issues the last couple of years, especially with the long processing times. USCIS is allowing, it's kind of changed how things are this year. So what advice do you have for companies to try to avoid having a status issue when their employees in cap gap?
Well, luckily, Stephen, this year we are able to upgrade change of status cases to premium. So I recommend employers prioritize the employees they have who are going to lose work authorization on that September 30th deadline by upgrading their cases to premium. The reason for that is twofold. On one end, you want the individual to maintain work authorization because it's beneficial to you as an employer. But another way to look at it essentially is if you're getting close to that deadline and your employee is about to lose work authorization, they may do something like join another school and participate in day one CPT in order to maintain work authorization,
right,
which can lead to status issues. So in order to avoid those issues, we recommend, like I said, upgrading those cases to premium so that you can get a decision, hopefully an approval, before you're pushed up against that September 30th deadline.
Great. So one of the things just to keep in mind is that people that have applied for the H-1B lottery can only apply for cap gap if it's a change of status petition. If
Correct.
you filed as consular processing, you can't do cap gap. So ensure when you're talking with your DSO, make sure you guys, if you've got a copy of the petition in case the system's messed up, you can get a data fix showing, by showing your petition, showing that it was a change of status. Well, I want to thank you all for joining us for this compliance quick tip today. If you have any other questions on this cap gap matter, Justin's going to be posting an article to our website sometime today that goes more in depth into cap gap. And you can always join our conference call line to ask any questions. We have a daily conference call, or you can set up a consultation with any of our attorneys. Thank you for joining us today.